Hello all, welcome to my demonstration video of my prototype. The subject of my research is enhancing game experience and replayability using procedural generation techniques. I'll be demonstrating a prototype that I've done, which is the first phase of my idea. So as you can see, this is I have done the project inside Unity engine, Unity 2021. I've done this project in three dimension, 3D. My major objective was to create a dungeon using the procedural generation techniques, and wanted to show how a level design can be done using procedural generation technique. So yeah, let's move into it. And when I start, the first thing I would like to mention is that we will be considering only the level design in this part, because as you can see, this is the we I use an algorithm called binary space partitioning, which means that it partitions a rectangle space into multiple spaces. So that is what is meant by binary space partitioning. And I have done a couple of coding here for binary space partitioning. If I would I'd like to just go through it a bit to show that. So here it is. Yeah. So this is the coding scripting part of the binary space partitioning. So basically, binary space partitioning is like a central part of the script, which which initializes the which starts with the partitioning system. So the initial rectangle form is divided by the script, and then after this script is once this script has works properly, it moves on to the next part, that is to further subdivide it into spaces. And to do that, we in this in the binary space partitioning script, we need something called nodes. So we create a lot of nodes. We have a corridor node, we have room nodes, and we have so these are yeah we have corridor nodes and room nodes. So these nodes are like the hinge points of the space. So once these spaces are divided into, say, five of one or into two, then it has to be further subdivided. So when we further subdivided, the rules that we set is to include a node inside it, so that we can add the rooms and corridors to make it a dungeon structure. So yeah, so these are the scripts for room node and corridor node. And fairly enough, it's a bit complicated script. So I have used a bit of a YouTube tutorial to get the help to do everything. It took me like it's a 16-part video series of creating the dungeon. And yeah, so yeah. Now moving on to the prototype itself. So you can see it's a very basic kind of a prototype, and it does not have any fancy what in my vision, there was a vision when I started creating the dungeon. Uh, but I had certain limitations with the programming thing. So this is what I found once I was done with the once I was done with the prototype. So if you can see here, I have just created uh, this level. And if I just click on okay, just a second. Yeah, so if I click on the dungeon creator, this is the this asset, or this particular object here is a controller thing. So here this scripts controls all the other scripts. So this is where we can do all the changes. We can change the parameters like dungeon width, dungeon length, room width, room length, iterations, the number of iterations, corridor width, and if you want to change the flow material, you can do that here. So this is like the interface that connects to the backend scripts. So here we can do all sort of things. So if I'll show you the top view of it, and you'll be able to get an understanding of it. So currently we have 30 iterations here. So if I change it to around say 15, and I create a new dungeon here, so you can see it has changed now. So if I say 10 iteration, another one gets created here. So so basic idea is that we can use mathematics to create a level design without actually pre-building a design from scratch. So this is like one of the this saves up like a hell lot of time from a programming perspective, and a production perspective as well. But uh, the major factor to consider is how that can be made interesting how can it be made interesting to to which matches the player experience. The player has to be engaged throughout to this, and which is the aim of the design. So here, what we have to do is like we have to create a seed value, and we need to create a set of rules and instructions which the procedural system will follow. So yeah, this is the basic prototype that I've created, and the more on there's another whole level to this prototype which I have explained it in the design document. In that, actually, you'll be able to find more clearly about what's the next stage of the generation, which is procedural content generation. So yeah, that's all for now. So it's just I can show you how this thing walks around inside the dungeon. And as I said, there's a bit more work to be done for the prototype because we can see there's no rooftops here. So I need to fix on the rooftops, and it will and add some more objects to it. Add objects like the all these spooky kind of objects I need to load. So yeah. Yes, so that is all. So that's all for my presentation for the prototype. Hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you so much.